Okay. Let me just go and make sure that we are streaming into our group. Yes, we are. Good. Lovely. Yep. Yeah. Right. My name's Brian Knight, and I live near Melbourne in Australia. And it's just turned 5:30 in the morning on a Friday for me. So it gets to the end of the trading week. It's another or just over 24 hours until the Forex market closes. And so we'll see what sort of opportunities there may be. Rightio. So, welcome, Tom, Peter. So let's, I better go and do this first.
You know, the Queen's died.
Well, lots of people have told me. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. 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 Interesting. Yeah. It'll.
Got Charlie Boy now.
Sorry?
Got Charlie Boy now.
Yeah. Well, it's an interesting sort of legacy of a country beholding to a very long history of genetic line. Anyway, just Australia, I suppose we have a little bit of a different perspective. You know, I feel for people who think, you know, I was thinking before about it and seeing, well, I wonder how many other people in the world have died and and all the great things that they've done. So, not to be negative or put anything down.
It's all right. I'm not a monarchist.
Yeah, that's okay. So let me just share here first. So welcome to this live Forex analysis session. Please note any trades discussed here are to be classed purely as educational only, and that's because we're a group of people helping each other, and we are not financial advisors. So please only take trades you're happy to take based on your own analysis. As I always say, a demo account until you can prove to yourself that you are profitable. Until then, why would you even trade live money? So always follow proper risk management. If you don't know what that is, you need to find out so that it protects your account as taught in IM Academy and also here in the exclusive Ninja group, as each trade carries risk as well as potential profit. So if the recording of this goes anywhere and you're not already an exclusive Ninja member and you'd like to become one, then just get back to the person who sort of helped you out or showed you, just so you can investigate it at least. As an exclusive member, I have exclusive Ninja member, I have access to Go Live, where there are a number of professional traders that trade this strategy and other profitable strategies. There is also here a full risk disclosure and a little bit about us as live session traders. Okay, so stop share there. Welcome, Helen, Ray. So let us, good morning. Yes, Friday, end of the week, opportunities. Hey, Helen, got the tissues ready? I think also it was not unexpected.
Of course not. It was just probably not expected today.
Yeah, and I think there was no way she was going to write herself a letter. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, what a great sort of history of things. So, all right. So what it'll be now? There'll be a couple of weeks of mourning.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Is that about the loss of her or about having Charlie come in? Or both? It'll be the mourning will be what about shared?
Yeah, both. Okay, yeah, both.
That's right. Well, he obviously won't be around for that long, will he?
That's way of putting it.
Well,
as long as she was, thank goodness.
No, well, he's a good age as well, isn't he? I mean, how old's Charlie? He's got to be
70-something.
Yeah.
73.
Yeah. So, you know, if on history is only probably 20 years, and then it'll pass on to someone else that's a fair bit younger. Anyway, traditions. Let's look though at how we're going to do something in the market. How's that sound? I was awake at 4 a.m. or just before 4 a.m. my time, and I saw this opportunity. As it dropped, it broke structure. It here broke structure, pulled back again. I got into the trade. It's come down and now it's sort of just sitting there. This is what I'm looking at. 5 pip stop loss, 5% back down to say the 800 potentially. We'll see. It may or may not. Doesn't matter. Risking 1%. Yeah. That's on a KJPY. And if I look at with this pro trend, there was the turn, went purple, hasn't gone white. It did go white just there. I'm not too concerned because I've got a buffer in there. I'm pretty sure my spread's about 2 at the moment. It depends on where it is before the session ends. When this session ends, it'll be before New York finishes and it goes into Sydney. So I may, in fact, actually take a stop loss off and wait a bit and then put it back on, monitor it for an hour. That's just because of when I put the trade on. So that's just where I'm at the moment, just with this one trade. Yeah. Anybody else got any of these trades? So let's look at it from a 24-hour period. There it is. And if I put on when the markets were on, that was Sydney, Tokyo. Well, in actual fact, where was it here? It was there, somewhere here. There. It took off, came back, and then pushed up. That's Tokyo. Then it drew back down to that's 6 a.m. UK time. It pulled back down to here. Then in UK, it pushed down. That was an interesting. So if you had have got into the sell from here back down to there, that would have been a really nice trade. Forward direction. So after it's pushed up there, created the high, came back down and broke that structure. Getting to the sell. See at that, and I'll show you at that point just there. So push up, come back, broke structure, well and truly, push back up. That's a good point to get in the trade. And that would have been, I would have looked here when London opened to see it didn't break any of this structure. And it kept going down. So in the day, you've got one opportunity of a buy, another opportunity of a sell, either there or there, and an opportunity of a buy. This one, this is, what's that, 10 o'clock. I got an opportunity in here for a buy. And now when it turned, because I was awake, and I'm pretty sure I only got up to 800 here somewhere. So that was only a short trade there. And now, as I'm showing you, I'm currently in this trade. So there's one opportunity, 2 opportunities, 3 opportunities, and now I'm now in the 4th opportunity.
What? Sell?
For a sell, yeah. But just down to the 800 basically, and then I'll be looking at, well, it depends on what happens today, and I've got a bit of a day organized, so lots of things on, so I may not be able to look at the charts too much. And also, I tend not to trade on the last 24 hours of the week. I could with this strategy. I'm sort of changing the way I think because of what I'm seeing. So there is certainly an opportunity. It's, non-farm pie roll was last week, so there isn't that sort of news to upset this too much in that sort of situation. So We'll see. Has anybody been trialing this themselves? Have you picked a pair and gone, right, beauty, I'll just trade this strategy? Do you think that you need the indicator?
Yeah, I've been doing it on the Euro AUD.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah, I picked up one on the way down and one on the way back up.
That's what yep, that's what we need to do. There you go. One on the way down, one on the way back up.
Euro USD too.
Sorry, Helen?
I just said I was trying Euro USD today as well.
Okay, yeah. Euro USD, that's what Paul has been promoting.
Yeah, it was very flat today though compared to what it's been doing recently.
Yeah, there was, wasn't it? This move when it went into New York and moved down was a good move, and then it started going back up again. So I mean, there is a trade there and there. That is consolidation again. Oh, let me say again, in consolidation, this doesn't work, right? See this consolidation here doesn't work, right? It's. And this is on a 1 minute, like that is a ridiculous sort of consolidation. So, but yeah, certainly there's possibilities in there for, I mean, that's probably not, that's akin, on a 1 minute, that's akin to consolidation. If we go to 5 minute, you'll see it's, you know, that's pretty well consolidating. Yeah. And again here now. But, you know, I just looking at the good old CAD JPY, you know, 1, 2, 3, and now, as I said, I'm in this where it came down, broke structure, pull back up again. I don't know if you can see it. Hang on. On that you can't. On the 1 minute you can. You know, it came down, broke structure, pull back up, and I went, right, I'm getting in. So as it started to come back down, that's where I got in, basically there. Come down, it's come close, but now it's pulling back down again. And part of that, remember I said part of this sort of observation that I've had is the further down you go here, the more chance of it turning, that's fine. And also the more chance of it coming back and taking out your stop loss. So let me, I can't, no, I can't show you that, but I can tell you. All right, so here's something that I did my yesterday, which would have been your day or whatever. Here, I was looking for, okay. I was looking for, let me try and remember where it was. I think it was over here somewhere. Is it there? There. I'm just let me try and pan this where I was, because it's on my trading. It wasn't there. Where the hell was it? It might have been here. Ah, yes, it was here. Yes, it was. Okay. So let me just enlarge this a little bit. Here. There we go. Okay, let's just focus on this bit here. Okay, got it? Everyone with me? Here at the moment? Okay, good. So, and this is going to be a little exercise in like, oh, how does this work in reality taking a trade? So, big push up, comes back down, breaks structure. See that? I'm going to put lines. I'm going to do stuff, right? So here is structure across there. I'm going to have lines all over the place, right? So just stay with me for a minute. Pull down, get in the trade, right? But I don't get in the trade straight away because I want it to pull back down again. Okay? I I see this break structure. I'm not in the trade yet because what's it going to do?
Pull back.
It's going to pull back up. So it pulls back up, does this. And so I see this as a sell. I get in the trade. Okay, where is it? Let me take one of these. So I get in the trade, but it's basically this pulls down in 1 minute. I don't get in the trade until about there. Now, I've got a 2-pip stop loss. You with me? Okay, so that's my entry. Think for a sell. Short position.
Your dotted line's the entry.
Correct. Which is at the bottom of that red one, or, you know, somewhere in just here. Let me do this first. There and there and oh no. Oh, tracks. I'm used to doing a thing I want. I'll do a no, I'll do elliptical. So do the somewhere in there, right? Somewhere in there is my entry. Okay. Now I say, okay, I'm going to have a 2-pip stop loss. This is what happened to me yesterday. I'll just show you. So I've put the trade on right there. I get a 2-pip stop loss. Still with me?
Still with you.
Okay. And don't worry about target. That wasn't, we'll talk about that in a moment, right? Because I have to give you the scenarios. Entry, 2-pip. This pushes up here, nearly to this breaker structure, which it probably will. See where it is here?
Yeah.
How much is spread?
Too much.
Well, what's too much, Helen?
It'll take you out.
Correct. It took me out.
Too much for you to stay in is what I meant.
Correct. So too much to stay in because it stopped me out. Right. I'm just giving you this scenario. It's just what I experienced. So I want to share this with you. That's all. Right. Because if you try the same thing, get frustrated, you might go like, man, he's telling me 2 pips in it. Right. If I had to put 5 pips on there, I would have been okay. All right. Because it's moved up 1.5, and I'm pretty sure it was close to 2 pips spread. So bang, gone. I'm out. Right. I'm going like, wow, that's annoying. Right. So when it pushed up there, I got pushed out and I went like, I'll look at this again. So it's gone back down again, broken structure, beauty. Thank you very much. And so because I got out here, I got back in here somewhere. We'll do somewhere here and I should have really waited for the pullback, but I didn't. All right. I think I got in somewhere there. I'm just imagining, right? Because I just remember what happened there. We do a 2-pip stop loss. Right.
Stop that again.
What happened here?
Got stopped out again.
Got stopped there because of spread again. Like bugger.
Evening all.
Oh, sir. Yeah, sorry, Lord. I just want to show you.
Oh my God, I've lost signal.
Oh no. Well, we can still hear you, Alistair.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
I put you on mute. I'm cooking. Honest to God, it's been a day. God bless the Queen.
Okay. No worries.
I did 6 trades today. I did, I think, 8.5 on NZD card, and I lost the rest.
Right.
Six losses. Bosh. All in five. One, I haven't got it in front. Some 3 and some 5 pip stop losses.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So wait, you lost you won one for 6, but lost 6 others, so you broke even.
I'm up, but not a lot.
No, but that's well, what you are up, Alistair, is you're up experience.
Well, I've got this download of this how do you get the video back on again? I don't know. I can get it to work.
So we don't necessarily. Oh no, we're going to have the video. Yeah. I can hear the. I can hear
magnificent.
I can hear the fillet steak sizzling in the background.
I wish it was. Oh God.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
I wish it was.
Yeah.
I forgot I was going to. Sorry, I've crashed your talk. I honestly forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I've got this. I got this new. Well, not new, but the automatic position. You know, places your
Oh yeah.
trade thing.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
I was using that and putting 5 bosh. It was a bit bosh, but that's what happened.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I thought you'd want to know.
Yeah. No, that's good. Was it on? Yeah. The question will be: were you comfortable it was on a trend or not? So
I'd have to look back. I think I tried to be. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna let you get on.
I'll thank you. No, thank you. Yeah. Well, yeah. Right. So then I got in again. Because of spread, bang. You know, like 2 pips, just trialing it. It's all right. This was actually on a live account, but it doesn't really matter. Well, it matters, but it's okay. Then it dropped out and pulled back up again here. Right? Have a guess what? It pulled up, and as it started to come back down, I got in the trade. Yeah, correct. I'm back in the trade here with 2 pip stop loss. Have a guess what it did?
Stopped you out.
Come back with spreads, dropped me out. Yeah, I want to show you this so that you understand this, right?
Hey, Brian, are you learning from us?
No. Okay, but I'll show you because this is part of.
But you always
No,
said
Ray.
you go a 5 pip stop loss.
Yes. Peter, this is called trialing, right? This is called learning from an experience, right? I just wanted to share this with you so that you can see if someone does this, or if you do this yourself, what result you could get as well. And it's okay to have it at 2 pips, but the point is, how many was it? 1, 2. I got stopped out 3 times with this, right? It's not the end of the saga, I'll tell you, right? So I'm still in here. I'm getting tired at this stage because I'm watching this. Then I saw it pull back up here again. It stopped me out. Oh, beauty. So what I'll do then is, move that. So then what I'll do is it pulled up and started to come back down. I'm going to get in, well, basically where that trade, I think it was somewhere pretty damn close to where that trade was, right? I seem to remember. And then if I push that back down there and I had a 2 pip stop loss, it came down, and then what did it do?
Stopped you out.
Yeah, stopped me out at 2 pips. Yeah, because it got spread again. Remember, you got to take that spread into consideration, right? It's each one of these is bloody close, right? It's absolutely close, right? It took me out, and I think that was nearly 9 o'clock. I'm knackered at this stage. Well, I'm ready to go to bed because I was up at whatever time, at 5:45 the day before, right? So this is like at 8, 9 at night. Ray can understand this, and maybe others can. So then I go, beauty, lovely. We got that knocked out again. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times at 2%. Not 2%, 1%. Well, actually, it wasn't 1%. I'll explain. So I've got my lot size set to 1% at 5 pips. Okay. You hear that? So every
Yeah.
time it stopped out at 2 pips, it was less than 0.5%.
Right.
Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 times it stopped out at 0.5%, which makes
2%.
yeah, around about 2% loss. Yeah. Okay. So just showing you that. Then that where was it? It was over here. Got back into the now. Okay, got in the trade there, got knocked out. Okay, next one. So I see it knocks me out. So as it comes back down, I want to get into this trade here. Right. This is getting late at this stage. So as it starts to come back down, it's roughly the same spot again. I get in the trade. 2 pips, doesn't come back, right? Except,
Thank goodness.
sorry?
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness, she says.
You
Yeah.
said it doesn't come back, so I said thank goodness.
Yeah, it doesn't come back up here. It just keeps dropping out. That's great. But have a guess what I did.
But your take profit too low.
You didn't put your take profit in.
Yeah, I put it down here somewhere.
Oh no.
And what happened?
You got stopped out
Yeah,
again.
again.
While I
Came
was
back
a,
and stopped you out.
yeah, but it changed over into New York session, and what did it do? Come back and stop me out. And that's the story of that trade, right? Now, I want to change the scenario. I didn't. That's reality, right? Reality. If though, let's go back to this first trade, and I had to put 5 pips and my TP was where the hell? Yeah, my TP would have only been there. Actually, no, I think I went to 5. I did. I had my TP there. It doesn't, it's irrelevant because I put it so many times it wasn't funny, right? If I had have done that, what would have happened?
Presumably you've got the whole trade when it came down earlier, further across.
Say that again, Helen.
Presumably you'd have got it. It would have taken your profit across to the right when it came
Correct.
down.
Correct. Yeah. And it wouldn't have stopped me out because even when it came back there and it's got 2 pips, it would have only come back up to say here, I still would have been in the trade.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to share that experience so that you can see it. Now, I am not saying you don't use a tighter stop loss. That's not what I'm saying here. Right? It is vitally important you take spread into account when you are and where it is within the swing high, swing low of the trade, right? And by the time I went to sleep, which was like here, 9, whatever, my eyeballs were hanging out and I probably wasn't making the best decisions because I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stop outs at 5 at 2 pips at less than 0.5%. So we'll call it 0.5%. So it was like 2.5% of the account out. And then I lost another when, I wasn't looking at it because I had a TP further down because of this push. I think I put it, I can't remember now. I put it down the bottom here somewhere and I think it just didn't make it. And like, it's just where it is. It's okay. So there's an experience for you of when you're practicing this, of having your stop loss too tight, or not too tight, sorry, at the amount where spread can have a real effect at the start of the trade, right? At the start of the move, if that makes any sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it went up, it broke that structure, come up and came down, and I got in there. If I had like, yeah, no, I didn't get in there. Remember, I got in further, just a bit down. That's where that line is. So that never came back to even test that. But then here it did. See how I got caught into this rubbish before it actually came out, dropped out. And you know, I wasn't awake, but people in US would have had this opportunity to get into that trade, right? And where it currently is, you know, I've got a 5 pip on this one. It's just going a bit sideways. We'll see what happens. As I said, before the session closes. But this is, I'm just sharing with you. Was that valuable to see that?
Very.
Yeah, it's really good.
All right. Now, the point is, if I had, I didn't, but this is where you've got to go back and analyze, or not analyze. What would be the word? Learn from the experience. Yeah. And what I did. Now, that was a really good sell. That would have been a great opportunity. Good 5, 6, whatever %. It's just I didn't execute it as well as I could have. All right. So learning from that. Here, I've seen a turn, pulls back up again. I've got into the trade. I can't remember where I got in. What's the time? 4:20. Yeah, probably around about there. Somewhere between 4 and 5. I got into that trade. Pull back. We'll just see. It hasn't come back and tested. I've put a 5 pip stop loss. Why did I do that? I think I'm.
Question, Brian.
Yes.
On that, where you've got that sell position on the left-hand side of your screen at the moment.
Over here.
That one there, yeah, the one, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
What made you so confident that that was not a little pullback before the price continued up, as opposed to feeling that that was going to be a sell? Regardless of the fact that it did come back and stop you out, but what made you think that that was a potential sell there rather than just a pullback to continue up?
Good question. Okay. The reason why, one, I was in a London session. It had pulled down really dramatically and then pulled back up. I was waiting for, because of this push down here, they need to come back down here somewhere to profit out from that push back up that they've had. And it's within this sort of London pre-New York Open. What I've observed is, it either continues the trend, right? See how it's continued it down, or it continues it up. And because this had come down and broken that structure on the left, like, it's just what I had seen and thought, this is going to go into a sell trend. It's just a forecast, Helen, just based upon what I can see here on the chart. That's all. So if I pull it across here, that's all I could see. I saw down, 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 down. Oh, push down, push back up again, broke that structure, right? Broke that there. And I went, okay, this because of that push. Let's have a look at the candles there. Because of this really hard push down and then a push back up again, broke that, there's going to need to be a pullback down again. And so I went, okay, it's come down here and broken this structure, right, after the push up. None of those really broke structure. See that there, pullback, didn't really break that candle. Up, didn't break that candle. Up, didn't break that candle. Up, didn't break that. Oh, sorry, that broke that. So I'm going to start taking notice, right? Because that was 7 o'clock last night, right? I was just looking for a trade. And then here, it came back up to that point. That basically there, as I said, in there is where I ended the trade. Because I saw it broke structure, pull back, didn't break this structure, didn't break that there. So it was ready to go back down. And then it just played with me because I just tried the 2 pip, 2 pip, 2 pip, 2 pip, 2 pip. 2 pip. I am relentless. I will keep doing the same thing. Yeah.
2 pips.
It was just a 2 pip stop loss. That's all I did. And I kept getting knocked out. Yeah, knocked out there, then back again, there. It wasn't a very big period of time. Let me just have a look how long it was.
Last
Right.
night you were talking about a 5 pip stop loss and tightening it up to 2 pip once the trade got underway.
Yeah. So what was that? Me playing around there. I played around for about 2 hours. Right. That's okay. It was just me. I'm trialing this strategy with this indicator, right? That's what I was doing. These subsequent trades had nothing to do with the indicator. It had all to do with the fact that that was the best entry opportunity I felt. Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe what I should have done here, well, I wasn't in any profit, but what, I set my TP somewhere down here. I think it was there at the bottom of that or the top of that. I can't remember now. I think I made my decision. I was going to put it somewhere in that sort of banker's reverse candle, like in the middle. I'm pretty sure I put it in around the middle. And the problem with that is, see over here, it turned just before there and just then went up. But that's okay. And this is me sharing, me trialing this indicator and what went wrong, or not wrong, but what was probably, if I had have just put a 5 pip on there, which I've been doing in the past, I would have been quite okay. Yeah. So yeah. All right. There's that experience. Just so you know, you're AUD. What did you? Is this who was it? Is this you, Ray? Did you say?
Yeah, I got in that one yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. Swing eye, you could wait for this to come back or whatever, but this is, oh, where are we? Yeah, that's the day. A push up, pull back down, London open, push back up, down, London to New York, crazy stuff, then down it went, then back up. It is a sell. So at some point, if you can pick a high for it, into a sell would have been absolutely fine. Euro GBP buy. So any point there, if you had to go like, hey, I'm getting into that buy, or once that's down, I'll get into that buy. If you're only just doing trend, so when it breaks structure, pull back up, or there, get into the trade. Did I answer your question, Helen? Trying to make sure I did.
Sorry, I was
It's a
struggling to get
wrap,
off
man.
mute. Yes,
okay.
thank you. You did. I guess the additional bit of that question was I've never really relied on break of structure or structure, if you like, down at 1 minute, because it just seems so fragile. So I wouldn't look at that and think, okay, that's broken structure, therefore I know it's going to do this, because it just could do anything at 1 minute.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
But
Very
it happens.
volatile.
It happens at the 1 minute, though, Helen.
Sorry?
It happens at the 1 minute.
Yeah, I guess it does happen, but I guess I don't look at it and think, okay, it's done that.
Yeah.
Therefore, I can rely on it to do something else because it's so
Okay.
volatile at the 1 minute. Which is why I said, how would you have known in that kind of JPY trade that little drop down and pick up was kind of a break of structure and a new lower high, rather than just it turning to go back up, just doing a little pullback before it went back up again. So I wouldn't have the confidence to say that's that, which clearly it was. Because to me it would just be like, okay, fine, I can see what it's done, but I can't see that that's what it's going to do as a result of that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
You can't see it happening in real time. You can see
No.
it afterwards.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
real time.
exactly. I mean, I
I
could
have
see
the
it
same
happening in
problem.
real time, but in real time, I wouldn't be able to say, okay, I think because that's just done that little dip up again, that's now going to drop off.
Well, it's
I
not
would be like,
necessary,
well, I don't know what it's going to do, so I
but
can't.
it's not
make a decision.
necessarily little though, because that is like a 50 pip move.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
but
true.
because it didn't break that previous high.
Over here. Yeah. It broke
Yeah.
that one, but not that. Yeah.
Right. So I'm looking at a dropout, and I mean a complete dropout. Just
Yeah.
gone, you know? And again, it just pulled back. That's why I'm kind of with Helen, because it's like, how do you know? I mean, to me, it was like, wait for the pullback. Wait for the pullback.
Okay,
the whole thing wasn't dropping very fast. It was more going sideways.
Yeah. Well, let me put it this way. Okay. Drop, 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 pull back. As I said, because I saw this, I could see there needed to be a profit take, and we were still in the London session. Okay. If this pullback, like this pullback and broke structure, so that sort of made the decision for me to get in the trade because it did that. What if this broke structure and then pulled back and then broke that high? What would be the outcome?
Brian,
You would lose 1%.
Correct. And it would prove to me it's now then in an uptrend, and I would look, I would potentially look for a buy then. So it came, just Helen, it came down to me forecasting that was going to pull down because of that quick push up. The basic sort of principles of pattern within the Forex market. After a really big push, it's going to have to pull back. And it did. Look, if you let me do this. Whoops,
I mean,
no.
I've been looking at this all day today, thinking at some point it's going to fall back, because looking at the stochastics, but actually there's been no point at which I could have made the decision to stay in it because it was going up, if you like,
Yeah,
staying above, because it's like, it's got to come back. Every time there was a like, should I get in here for a buy? No, it must come back soon.
Yeah. But you see, the thing is, from a fib, and you don't have to count this. You see, I can see, you can see it after the event. But after this push down and it came to there, this is where it's, and look at it. It just comes back to it, and then off it goes again. Because of this violent push down, I call it, this is a violent push down, right? And that was at exactly like 6:20 or 6:30, somewhere around there. Let's send it to you, London time. This was like 9:22. Boof, bang, straight back up. So 9:22 to 10 o'clock in the morning. And then even if it was only a short pullback, I know this is in a buy, right? But I was looking, it just happened to be, I was on the chart, sitting here looking, and that was the opportunity I was looking for. If it had have just bounced back up, I would have lost 1%. Like, that's just the way it is. But having seen it do this several times before, I was looking for it to pull back down to profit before they take it off in another direction.
Yeah, I should have put a fib on. That's hit the zone perfectly, hasn't it?
Yeah. And you've already got this and this. So, like, imagine, and I'll say again, you've already got that and got that. There's a point at which you need to create a commitment, and the commitment will either gain you profits or lose you 1% or a part thereof.
Yeah.
And even though how frustrated I was last night, losing 2 pips, it was because of spread.
Yeah.
That's all it comes down to. If I had to put a 5 pip on, that trade would have been potentially profitable. I probably still would have lost because I had my stop loss down here somewhere, TP down here, and it took off while I was asleep. So I probably would be in the same scenario, but I probably would only lose one lot of 1%. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah.
can you-
He's back again.
Such bad internet. It's gone off and gone on and gone off and gone on.
Yeah.
When you enter your trades with your using e-trader.
No, C trader. Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't even hear you.
C trader.
C-trader. So why did I say C-trader?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Do you instant execute? Is your stop predetermined? Just go place.
I can have that occur, but no, I got into the trade and then I immediately put the stop loss on.
Right. So that's the next question. So you're doing execute, then do the stop.
Correct. But I can set up C trader that when I initiate the trade, it will automatically put a stop loss at entry and also to a TP, which I can change.
Because at 2 pips, it's so tight, as Helen said.
Yeah.
But
But then, Alistair, I was experimenting with this.
Right. So if you had a 2 pip on there now, where your trade is at now,
Yeah.
would where the price is now stop you out?
Yes, it would. Yeah, it would.
Because it's so tight.
And that's okay. But
Because
then
the time
again,
you do
but
it,
but when he's putting on
you
a
can
trade,
tighten the
Alistair,
stop loss up when afterwards. Once
but when
the
he's
trade
putting on a
starts
trade,
running.
Alistair, he's not expecting it to come back.
Sorry,
Correct.
say again. Say again.
When he puts a trade on, he's not expecting it to come back.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes it does.
correct. And that's
Presumably
where you lose your 1% or your 0.5% or whatever it is. Sorry, Helen.
I was going to say that presumably also, if you've got a risk to reward in your head, when you put the trade on, your lot size is going to define.
Correct.
It's all very well adjusting your stop loss then, but you can't adjust your lot size, and that's
No.
going to define your risk to reward, isn't it?
Correct. That's what I was going to point out.
You're right.
I was just coughing. Sorry, I was muted so that I wasn't coughing in the mic. You're absolutely right, Helen.
I thought I'd lost internet again.
No.
Bashing my bloody computer just now.
Pre-taking the trade, pre-entering a trade, you have to have your lot size calculated based upon your account size, the percentage you want to put in, and what your stop loss number is. That's the crucial factor here. All right. Now, you cannot change that once you're in a trade. The only thing you can do is get out of the trade while it's still in profit. That's all you can do. Oh, sorry. You can actually halve it, but you can't add to it or change it, as in make it more. You can put another trade on with another lot size. But once you commit to that trade, the only thing you can do is take portions of lot size away from the trade.
So could I just be a little bit of devil's advocate here?
Please.
If you set your 2 pip stop loss at which only gives you 0.5% loss,
Yeah.
that you've presumably set that lot size, which is only going to give you 0.5%.
No. Oh, if you are, yeah, okay. No. Yeah.
The lot size would give you 1% if you've got your 5 pip stop loss.
No. Let's come back. Those trades I put on with 2 pip stop loss had a 5 pip calculation of lot size.
So you could have put a 5 pip calculation on. Sorry, you could have put a 5 pip stop loss on and not lost the trade, was what I was trying to get to.
Correct. And that's what I said. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I still would have lost the trade because I was asleep when I came back, but that's that's
Yeah.
beside the point.
Could you see that again? Because that went straight through my head.
It is a bit late after.
Let's take a step back, right?
Do you know why it went through my head?
Because you're eating. Oh no, you're drinking. Yeah, okay.
No, it's
I knew there.
you can't toast. Well done, Helen. Well, hey, oi. You can't do a toast to the past, but you can raise a glass.
To the Queen.
Yeah.
Wow. It's amazing what indoctrination does over a lifetime. Anyway, so
We're not all Republicans, you know.
no. Well, no, it's all fine. So let's come back.
That's killed it off.
No, come back. So
Come on.
if you've got, so it all begins at, am I going to put a trade on, right? If I put a trade on, what is my calculation? So this is, remember at the start I said, always follow proper risk management to protect your account. This is where it starts at. And I didn't understand this probably for the first, I don't know how many months or 12 months when I started trading. It comes down to your lot size. And the lot size is calculated because of a couple of basic bits of information. What's the amount in your account? What are you risking? And as I always say, it's 1% only on any particular trade or part thereof. So if I've got $1,000 account, I'm just example, $1,000 account, and I only want 1%, the other crucial factor is, what is the stop loss that I'm going to apply to this trade that I'm going to put on? Right? Those three things gives you then a lot size. Against the other crucial bit is, what currency am I trading? So, which it doesn't matter. It matters, but it's not a big difference across the 28 pairs, right? Or the major minus crosses. So I've calculated, I know what my lot size needs to be for my account size for 1% for a 5 pip stop loss. I already know what it is. Okay. And it's set up in my C Trader, and I can immediately put a trade on and know that that 5 pips is risking 1% of my account. Okay. When I put those 2 pip trades on, I did not change my lot size. So when I put it on with 2 pips, it was only a portion of that 1%. When it was stopped out, it was only a portion of that 1%. So it's less than 0.5% it was, but for rounding figures, it's 0.5%. When it knocked out each one of those two pips, it was less than 0.5% of my overall account.
So you're setting your pips to your lot size. Is that?
No, okay.
No.
Let's do this so basic. Let's go to, and if you haven't calculated this, something's not right. So if
we do.
Okay, here we go. KJPY. I've got US dollars. You could have pounds, whatever. If you got $1,000 in the account, you want to risk 1%, and your stop loss is going to be 5 pips. Calculate. That's the lot size, 0.19 that I need to put on my trade when I take it, because if it moves 5 pips in the wrong direction of my prediction, I'm going to be risking $10, which is 1% of 1,000. That's the bottom line. So if I put if I've calculated this and I put a lot size of 0.19 on a trade, and I only use 2 pip stop loss instead of the 5, it's going to lose probably $4, somewhere like that.
Okay, I understand what you mean. Okay, yeah.
You're visual, Alistair.
right?
You're a visual learner. You have to see it, which is fine.
No, I have to be told and see it and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
double up.
Yeah. Which is fine.
And a
It's
glass
no
of
problem.
wine.
Yeah. And a little bit of lubrication at the same time. Yeah.
I'm not saying the Queen dying helped, but I mean, you never know.
Is that a bottle you've been keeping for a few years, waiting for this moment?
I'd love to say, but no.
No. Okay. Yeah. No, he doesn't say things. So that is, that's what happens here. Stopped out. All right. I've been stopped out because with that
Don't blame me for that, by the way.
Yeah, well, no, I didn't, but that's okay. There's 1% because I did a 5 pip stop loss on that as an entry there, and it's come back up again. That's okay.
Against the trend.
Yeah, it was against the trend. Yeah. I'm just hopefully what I'm showing you is the realities of trading this. What I did over the last 24 hours was playing with this indicator, this pro trend, looking at where the opportunities were. So for me, that was a good opportunity because it came down, broke structure, and it came back up. I was ready to get in the trade. Right. But no, it pulled back up. I didn't know that it was going to do that. I felt because of that push up, I'll come back to you, Helen, because of the push up in the New York session, that we'd have a pullback down again for the start entry of the Sydney. Yeah.
Can I be really boring and ask what the stochastics are doing? Don't shoot me.
No, go for it. Yeah. Look, they're up the top there.
Yeah.
And so, what's likely to happen? Will it break this structure up here? Maybe, maybe not. And so it may come down. I may have just got in a little bit too early. We'll see. See, overbought there. Sorry, Peter.
The market will do whatever the market wants to do.
Correct. So I'm here. I'm willing to lose a few 1%. I'm willing to do that. That's part of the education of this to get to, look at it coming back down now. All right, has it broken?
You had two tight stop loss.
No, it's not correct.
So structure.
It hasn't broken that high. So it did a high, a low. It's come back here. Again, if you put
it's got to sell at some point.
Damn. Yeah, it's got to sell. That's right. No, now it's got up. See, it came into zone here and now it's popping back out again. Like if you want to use any of these other tools. But you don't have to. I'm going to wait. Like I still think that this is a sell opportunity here. But because now, because of where we're sitting in the
because it hasn't broken structure.
No, not that. Not that.
It's in market session.
Correct. Thank you, Ray. Because of where we are in market session, we're going to change over into Sydney. We're going to get 20 pips, 20 pips spread. Why would I need to be in the trade? I don't. So what I'm going to wait for is this now going to continue down, pull back up, and do I get into a trade that goes into the Sydney or not? Do I go like, okay, I'll wait for a buy in it? Like, I don't know. I still think that this 800 is a target. Yeah. See, out of the 800, I still think it needs to come back and revisit that. I was really hopeful here because when I got in the trade here, it went past the 62, back up, went down to the 200, broke it. I really thought it pulled up. I thought it was going to start breaking the 200, come down to the 800. It didn't. It did that. This is just the reality of trading. Lose 1%. So what? Next opportunity. Oh, Alistair's just disappeared. Look at that.
He just got up and left you.
Just got up and left.
Yeah, it's gone for another bottle.
Oh yeah. Drag another cork out or something. Yeah. Or screw top. Yeah. Maybe he's gone. Yeah. Whatever. So I don't know. Has any of that, this session, this craziness that I went through, has any of this given you any inspiration of how you might trade this?
Yeah, I need to go and look more at
Yeah.
structure. Or take more notice of it. I do look at it, but I tend to disregard it because it's at the 1 minute and I think it's not stable enough, so I don't really take notice of it.
Well, one thing to remember, Helen, price is price. It doesn't matter whether it's 1 minute or 4 hour or weekly. Price is price.
Yeah. Yeah, so I need to take more notice of it and use it more.
The 1 minute can give you a much closer entry. Yeah, sure, you can go up 5 minutes, but the point is you'll be later to. Let me give you an example.
Sorry, it's not about the entry, it's about making the decision. It's not about.
Yeah, I understand that.
Decision. To be honest, it'd probably be the same any time frame, I don't know, but it's trying to make that decision down here.
Yeah. I'll give you an example. I think, like, again, where did I got in the trade somewhere there, I think it was, as I said, because it had broken structure and pulled back, right? I think it was about when I got in the trade, I got a ninja down somewhere down here. It came in. So it was way, and that was set on my 15-minute, Helen.
Put your ninjas on.
Where is it? Okay. The indicator there. Come on over here. I think it was there. And I got in the trade. I can't remember where I'd got. Oh, no, ninja there. I got in the trade back up here somewhere. It went, and then it was a ninja down after it. I just got into it earlier than that, because that ninja down, I'm pretty sure, is set. Oh, no, that's actually not there. It was actually at the 15-minute. I'm pretty sure mine's set at 15-minute. Yeah, it's still there at that point, if you see.
Oh, you're on a long time frame now.
No. What I'm saying is the entry that I would have had is way, okay, let me do this. It's going to be hard because it's the other way, but anyway, that's the ninja down. Okay, I'll go back to the 1 minute. It'd probably be all over the joint. I entered in somewhere up here. My ninja down was over here on the 15 where it popped up as an alert. But it's not, because I'm on the 1 minute, you've got a lot more ninja ups and downs. So that's not where I got it. It came in here, which was way, how long after?
Quarter of an hour.
It's if you change that to the, what is it called, the TV?
Yeah, it was quarter of an hour later. You're absolutely right. Sorry, what were you saying? The which? Sorry, Alistair.
If we take off the ninja and put the TB, whichever the one,
yeah,
Pro,
TV Pro, yeah,
see what it looks like.
Yeah, there it is. There, I'll open it up a bit. So what I'd seen is up. It came back down. It turned orange. I got a color change there. It pulled back up. That was basically where it was there. Yeah, where I planned to get in there. There. It then pulled back up there, but I'm pretty sure that's not. Yeah, that's only 2 pips. So I was still in. Yeah, well, of course I was still in anyway because I was still in the trade. But that didn't challenge my stop loss. Look where it is now.
Never changed color.
No, it didn't change. That's right. It did there. But, you know, I stayed in, but then it's come up here, and that's what stopped me out up here.
Did you use Pro Trader to get in the trade?
Yes, I had it on the chart, and I saw that dot. But then I I saw the dot for the change because it went from white to purple, but I waited for it to come back up again. And then I waited for it to break structure, and that's where I got in over here. Remember? I said no. Okay, I'll just put the elliptical. It was somewhere in here that I got into the trade, just here. Because what I needed to see is I needed to see a break of structure over here. See that push up? It came down, but it didn't break the structure. Pull back up, pull down, broke the structure, pull back up, ready to get in.
So if we did an entry there with 2 pip stop down to that MA where it.
Yeah, no, if it was 2 pips, I would have been knocked out.
How many do you need to not get knocked out?
5. That's what I
Okay,
said. I think I showed you. I took it off, but I had a short where I got on about there and I had a 5 pip stop loss. There.
Okay, yeah, it looks massive when you see it like that.
All right, but that moved up there. But because of spread, it didn't come up and actually touch there, then dropped away. But then, you know, it came back over here and knocked me out over here. But I'm glad I'm out now because I don't have to manage it because of spread. It still, though, hasn't broken that structure up there. So I'm still feeling confident that this will probably go into a sell across into the Sydney session. But while it's white, I'm not going to do anything. I need this to come back purple, break structure, same sort of scenario. And hopefully spreads are sorted out by then. Has that explained it?
Yeah.
Yes, good, thank you.
And I think, I don't know, I'm going to take these things off too. I don't know, these, where is it? Zone up, zone down. Oh, no, I don't need these things.
Thing is, when you're on the 1 minute, distances in pips looks a lot, but it's not.
No, but your percentage could still be a lot. It's not a problem.
Exactly.
It's how tight.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alistair, it is all relative, right? You could go to the 1 hour time frame and put a 20 pip stop loss. It means it's got to move 20 pips to make that 1% or 40 pips or whatever. So on this, if I got a 5 pip stop loss, the chance of it moving 5 pips or 10 pips is a higher percentage of chance than it is on the 1 hour to move 40 pips. Does that make sense?
100%, yeah.
Yeah. Now, this doesn't mean you can't trade longer term with bankers looking at, you know, again, this is still, there is no difference here between what we've been doing in the past and now. CAD JPY is still in a buy trend. Higher time frame, 4 hour, 15 minute, it's still in a buy trend, right? But it has to pull back at some point to keep continuing that buy trend, correct? Yeah. So
Correct.
none of that's different. It's just that we're getting more opportunities of more trades with you know, decent sized percentage in them.
On a lower time frame.
On a lower time frame, yeah. And like I could come and sit here last night. I mean, this is what Paul's saying too. You can pick a pair and come to the chart, and within an hour or so, you've probably got a trade or more out of it. Whether you've won or not is you know, we can't put a guarantee, but at least you can see. I mean, that would have been a trade in there with 5. If I had have gone like, okay, I'm going to wait, that's going to come down, that's going to come up, I've got a 1.46%. I'm not saying I don't like that because that for me is not, but I still could have had 1.5% nearly out of a trade, even when it changed direction and came back up from where I entered with a 5 pip. Now, if you go and get half a dozen 1.5% in a day, and that's all you ever get, and you lose 1 or 2, what's the problem?
Hunky-dory.
Sorry, Helen?
Sorry. It's a phrase. I said hunky-dory, which is like...
Yeah,
you know,
hunky-dory. Yeah,
it's
no,
all
I
good,
understand
it's
what
all
you're
good.
saying. I just didn't hear it. Yeah, you're all hunky-dory.
Oh, right.
Everything's all okay. There's not a problem. You've got your capital, and you just, you know, you need to get used to structure and cycles of the market. And you got to, and also too, I mean, it's me. I focus now on what the session times are and where it moves within. Like I went to bed. Where is it? Let's go back here. I went to bed and the market was still going down. I woke up and the market was up there. That's because New York kicked in right there and took it in that direction. And a lot of the time when when it comes London and when it goes into New York, it takes it in the other direction, whether that's up or down. Like it may continue it in the same direction or change the direction. You just got to work out with structure of the market which one it's doing. Let it tell you which one it's doing, and then get in a trade.
Was watching that one live that Helen questioned, and I came to the same assumption because it
that it was going to start going up.
Yep. Yeah,
Nah.
because just the way I was thinking and that, but
Yeah.
obviously you know, different thoughts, and it's good that you hear.
Yeah. Well, after really, like, this is really back to absolute basic principles. I could have been absolutely wrong and it could have just broken structure and then pulled back up again. But why would it break structure, right? It doesn't break structure for no reason. It breaks it for a direction change. One. Two, before I even see that, I've gone, look at that violent push down and a push back up. My head goes, shit, they've used a lot of money to do that, and they're going to need to profit out or come back to be able to get back some of the money they've needed to push it in that direction so quickly. Right? And then it breaks structure and I go, okay, let's get into a sell on it and let's see how I go. What could have happened? Could have lost 1%. Well, I lost a whole lot of less than 0.5%, but that was me experimenting with this indicator and just market structure.
The market came right back to the previous, I forget which, you have to open it up, but it came right back, like you said, in one of the pairs today.
Yeah. Here, well, you look at it there. That push down, what did it do? Came back and broke structure up above it, which means that uptrend is still continuing. It's like it already tells me that. I don't have to guess. It shows me. That's on the 1 minute over less than 24 hours. It's still trending up.
It's a classic example of how the 4 hour on the stochastic is at the top and it carries on going up and going up and going up and going up.
And snaking and snaking and snaking along.
It does it on this pair all the time.
Absolutely. Yeah. So don't be sucked into it. What have I said so many times before? Do not rely on the indicators. Do not rely on the indicators. Again, do not rely on the indicators. Look at the structure of the market. Look at the higher time frames. Look at the, it tells a story.
Which days don't you rely on indicators?
Any day. They are just extra information. All right, there you go. Now that's your Friday for me anyway. So there's basically 24 hours until the market closes. We didn't look at Bitcoin and the other things, but like, hey, I got to go let some sheep out of a yard, so I better get on to do that. Take the blanket off the chickens, make sure they got enough feed. A few more jobs.
Collect the eggs.
Collect the eggs, feed the other chooks, the bigger chooks. Make up my bread and pollard mix for them, nice hot water for them. And yesterday they got a bit of milk. Oh my God, they were in heaven. What else? Oh yeah, yesterday, because it rained here a lot, we got about 20 mil over the last 24 hours. So things are a little wet out there. And oh, well, that's good. Hang on, sorry. Yeah. And okay, I've been waiting to download a show. It's an episode of a TV show. It just took ages to find it. Anyway,
when do you ever have time to watch a TV show? It's like,
sorry, Alistair.
The one to watch is Money Heist. Seriously.
Money Heist. Let me write that down.
Money Heist.
Money
It's
Heist.
the best drama series that I've ever watched. Better than Prison Break and Breaking Bad and all those. It's on Netflix.
No, I can get that. Heist.
Money Heist.
Heist.
It's a Spanish production. And they did it in Spain, and it wasn't that. It did well the first series, and then Netflix took it over, and it is so clever and good. It's really good. Money.
Okay. Well, did you end up taking the time to watch Vigil?
Yeah, I've watched Vigil. Yeah, it was okay.
Okay, I enjoyed Vigil. I love the twists.
That's all based near my hometown. Well, where the submarines are.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed that. No, my daughter put me onto a thing called Vienna Blood.
I haven't watched it. But watch, honest to God, Money Heist is
Okay.
super.
And there's the other one we sort of flicked to. It's called The Old Man. It's another series as well.
You haven't got time, Brian, as Helen says. You're too busy.
Well, no, yesterday was pretty wet. So that's the discussion is I did a lot of shower work yesterday. I've now waterproofed around. So I sealed the base, the concrete base. I've put waterproof tape and waterproofing around. I'm waiting for it to dry. Then I've got to do a little bit of leveling stuff out in the outside edges. Then I've got to waterproof it again, another waterproof tape. Then it's billboard or cement sheet got to go on the walls because I put all the insulation in. That's all in. And then once the billboard goes on, then it's tile the floor, put tiles on. I'm waiting for the tiles to come in. The supply places, anyway, they're a bit slack, but anyway, I probably won't be ready till early next week to put them down anyway. Then once the tiles go down, then I've got this U-Butte PVC paneling. It's like I think I said, it's like a cardboard core flute that just sticks on the cement sheet. And then you just have this trim stuff, elastic around the outside edge, put the screen back in and enjoy a shower after 12. I actually looked at my photo line. It was the start of November last year when I found the leak behind the wall. So I haven't had a shower in our ensuite since the start of November last year. It's nearly 12 months.
It's telling, I'm sure.
Well, no, we've still got the other shower, but the point is the other shower is also having, like, it's 15 years old. It's also starting to leak into the wall. So once we get this one done, I've got to demolish the other one and get it fixed up so that hopefully for the rest of my existence on this earth, they'll be all waterproofed. It's amazing the extent I'm going to. Yes, Ray.
And be clean.
Yeah.
When you're waterproof, you usually put the billboard on and then go over the top of that.
Yeah, but I've got an ex-chippy that's helping me. He said, put a waterproof, so there's before the billboard. So you've got one, and you're doing it's a bit of
another one after it, are you?
Correct. It's an Irish thing.
Okay.
It's an Irish thing.
Yes.
You know, to be sure. We're doing multiple layers on it. Just
That back one's got to be good because otherwise it traps the moisture between
correct.
The first layer and the next one.
I'll send you a photo, Ray. I mean, I think it's pretty damn good, but hey, I'm only.
I understand now when you say you do when you're doing one on the the beginning and then one at the other end?
Yeah.
Because that's the way they used to do it 30,
Well,
40 years ago.
in the end, no, in the end, I'm going to have three layers, Ray.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's a layer behind the plastic. I've got the plastic corners. They were metal and they were all just gone, rusted to head height. So I'm plastic now in. So
Oh my
it's
God, you haven't used plastic for your corners. Oh,
yeah,
God.
25 mil plastic. And then behind that, I've got the waterproofing and then the plastic on. So that's one layer, right? And then the concrete seal. Then the next, this is so boring, isn't it? Then the next thing is
Honestly,
now I've got to do floor leveling because the down to the drain in the middle is fine. But on the outside edges, about this far out to the wall all the way around, it dips back out again, which is ridiculous. So I've got to do floor leveling in there. I put you make up this sort of like I don't know, slimy mix, that you put in there. Once that's done and dried, then I put another waterproofing layer, right, in. I haven't put the Villa board on yet. So that's another one that sticks up on the other waterproofing one above the leveler. Then when I put the Villa board on, I put the U big stick on, waterproofing one, which is the sort of the final one, and waterproof up the Villa board and the joins and all the rest of it, and up the corners, and then the corners, and then basically it's then tile the floor and put the paneling up.
I don't believe we're watching Brian live. He switched it onto a YouTube do my shower video just now.
Actually, I've got videos along that, not videos, I've got photos. I'm gonna have to do it.
We got bloody millions of the bastard.
Yeah. I haven't shown you the mess.
I'm going to take my MacBook up to my loft there and show you the mess up there. It's shocking.
He makes more out of these videos than he does out of trading.
Well, trading's okay, but you got to have multiple streams, of course. And then who did I have the other? Oh, someone came and repaired a TV the other day, which is a win because anyway, it doesn't matter.
They cause flooding, by the way.
What, TVs?
No, multiple streams.
Oh yeah. Anyway, the guy came to fix the TV. That was really good, and he was Greek. So he goes like, "Oh, so you got sheep, have you?" I said, yeah, we'll probably have, some sheep. He goes, "Oh, do you sell anything?" I go, "Yeah, I can sell some, whatever, for their weathers for." And he goes, "Yeah, I'll see you before Greek Easter." I said, "Well, mate, they'll be sold by then, so you better come back in about February if you want any." So he goes, "Oh, okay, no worries," he says. So yeah. And then Claire sells eggs at the hospital when she works. So
You pay for the repairs of the TV.
Well, no, I didn't pay. That was the beauty of it, Ray.
Do you not use cash at all? Is it all bartering?
Well, hey. Anyway,
as well.
So quickly, Ray, it was an LD TV. It only had 12 months warranty, right? It was just under 2 years old. And the TV repair guy came and repaired another TV that had 3-year warranty. That was all cool. But I said to him, "Oh, this bloody LD one, it's like, piss off, it's only got 12 months. He said, "Don't listen to them." I said, "They've already told me they won't cover it under warranty." He said, "Don't listen." He said, "Threaten them with ACCC, the Australian Consumer Affairs, right? ACCC, whatever it is." So he said, bring him up and tell him you're going to get onto ACCC and put him in. So I rang him up and said, "Look, just as a courtesy call, I'm just calling you and saying that I'm going to get onto the ACCC because this TV is not even 2 years old." "Oh, but it's only got 12 months. Oh, yeah, I understand it's only got 12 month warranty on it, but like this should be lasting a lot longer than 2 years." They said, "Oh, leave it with us." It took about a month to and fro to it, and they go, "Oh yeah, we'll repair it for you." So then they sent the part to the repairers, came out and repaired it. So if you give up, it's just it's a bit like a trading metaphor. If you give up, you're not going to get anywhere.
No, that's so true.
All right. If you're not willing to lose 1%, then you might as well give up. So that's the segue. All right. That's your week. It's done. There's plenty of opportunities out there still to trade if you want to. We're just coming out of New York into Sydney. It's done a big push up. What do you think it might do?
Big push down.
A bit of a pullback. Yeah. Well, it's in an uptrend. So it might just do a bit of pullback back towards London Open. Then, you know, opportunities there. That's totally JPY. There's so many other pairs. All right, then. That's your lot for the week. Take it easy. I'll be back pre-market open, see where things are at, and look at maybe what's happening. I hope.
We've only got 3 minutes, Brian. You might as well do it live now while market opens.
Well, it's come up. Where are we with it? Hang on. Let's put what did that be? We nearly. It still hasn't broken structure. It's still below. It's still below the time. Oh, I've got to go back to there. Oops. You can't see it, but that's okay. Back at 4 o'clock this morning, before I woke up, it hasn't broken that structure, so that's okay. And there's a bit of profit take at the end of New York. We'll see how it goes, and then you just got to work out: does it break structure? Is it, go from there. All right, then. That's enough for me.
Okay.
Boring,
Take
man.
care.
All
right.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you
Take
very
it
much.
easy, everyone. Look, if you like any of this, put a comment underneath, or you see the recording, great. I'm actually putting all of these out on YouTube in the public domain. People can watch them after the event, all right? So they can't get the trades, but they can maybe learn from the experience. All right, then. Till next week. See you later. Ciao.